Friends, if your cell phone is still on, if you can kindly turn it off as it might interfere with our sound system. Thank you.
Good evening. We'd like to invite you to move up. There are a lot of vacant spaces up here. Please move up to support us up here. And if you have a cell phone, you may like to put your hand in your pocket or your bag and turn it off. Thank you. So we would like to invite you to sit comfortably. Enjoy your breathing. We will listen to the 3 sounds of the bell before we start the session. So we'd like to invite you to sit. Maybe close your eyes so that it's easy to concentrate on your breathing. Feel the air coming in, the air coming out of your nostrils. Feel the rising and falling of your belly as you breathe in and out. Relax your body, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your legs. Offer yourself a gentle smile. And when you hear the sound of the bell, allow it to penetrate deeply into your body, into your mind. So that it can help to calm your body, your mind, soothe your body and mind, and heal your body and mind. Dear respected Thay, dear Sangha, we're very happy to be with you tonight. And welcome to Blue Cliff. Welcome to the retreat, the Miracle of Mindfulness. And I'd like to introduce to you my sister here. Her name is Sister Tue Nghiem, Sister Adornment with Insight. And my name is Brother Phap Dung, Brother Inclusiveness of the Dharma. That wakes you up, didn't it? We're here to just to share some practices so that we can really enjoy the retreat and make every moment of our time together a moment of miracles, each moment a moment of miracle. And the theme of this retreat is the miracle of mindfulness. So we will begin by sharing about what mindfulness is. How many of you are here for the first time? Please raise your hand. Oh, a lot of you. Wonderful. We both are coming from Plum village. So it's also our first time here this year. Mindfulness is an energy inside of us. It's innate in every one of us. It's a capacity that helps us to wake up to the fact that we are alive right here and right now, in this very moment. Isn't that a wonderful thing to know that we are still alive? And know that we are alive. Sometimes we can be alive, but we may not recognize that we are alive. With so much in our head. And it helps us to wake up to the fact that there are so much miracles around us, wonders, nature's wonders around us, beauties around us, and inside of us. So during this retreat, it's an invitation for everyone to really wake up every moment. Wake up to our life, and wake up to the lives of those around us, and wake up to the beauties and wonders around us. It's very beautiful here in this area. And these beauties are there for us to savor and to appreciate and to enjoy. When we are awake, we can come in touch with our own suffering, which means that there's a chance for us to heal them. They become precious, the suffering that we have. They become precious to help us cultivate joy and happiness and peace. When we are awake, we also come in touch with other people's suffering, like my brother had just said earlier, so that we can cultivate love, compassion, and understanding. These are qualities that make a Buddha. And we're cultivating these qualities in ourselves so we can be Buddhas as well. And it's through love and understanding that we can embrace our own suffering and the suffering of other people, and embrace the whole world with our love. we create miracles when we are able to be there, awake, aware, kind and loving. And how do we tap into this energy of mindfulness that's there in us? So this is what we're going to share with you tonight, and also the whole week actually. What my brothers and sisters will be sharing the whole week is all about tapping into that precious capacity in ourselves to wake up. So one of the things that we use as a tool to help us to touch that seed of mindfulness that is inside of us and make it come alive is the breathing. We breathe all the time, right? Mindful breathing means to bring our awareness to the fact that we are breathing. The air is coming in. The air is coming out. We're nourishing ourselves with this air that's coming in. We're healing ourselves with this air that's coming out of our body. We're actually floating in air. We're part of this air that we're breathing in and we're breathing out. So, mindful breathing means to be aware of the fact that we're breathing, and there's no need to manipulate it or to control it or to make it long or any other way. Just simply acknowledging and noticing the in-breath and the out-breath. We've done that with the bell. Maybe we can try that. Maybe put your hand on your belly. Bring your attention down to your belly. Feel your belly rising and falling. We're inflating ourselves with this in-breath. We're deflating ourselves with this out-breath. And the breathing is always there, and we can make use of it throughout the whole day, wherever we find ourselves. To come back to our breathing, and again, we may have to do that again and again. It's a training. It's a training to be mindful by using our breath. It's a training to bring our mind back to the present moment, to our body, to what's unfolding in this moment. Now and then we hear the bells. We have so many different bells. These bells, the activity bells, and they serve the same purpose as the breathing. That whenever we hear them, we hear these bells, we stop. We stop moving. We stop doing things. We stop talking. And we stop thinking as well. And enjoy our in-breath and that out-breath. And take that moment. It may be 3 in-breaths, 3 out-breaths. It may be a bit longer. It may be a bit shorter. But that's a moment for us to take care of ourselves. It's a quality time for us to be with ourselves, even if we are amidst a group of 400, 500 people. That little moment when we listen to the sound of the bell and come back to our breathing, it's an opportunity for us to take care of our mind and to take care of our body. And it's time when we don't have to do anything, when we can just simply be and enjoy ourselves and enjoy what's there. So we carry this breathing into every activities that we do throughout the whole day. From the moment, the the moment we wake up in the morning until we go to bed, that we use this breathing. It's like it weaves through our day, our activities. And it's like collecting beads, like beads of mindfulness. Every time we're able to come back to our breathing, we're collecting one bead of mindfulness into this rosary of mindfulness. And the more we collect these beads of mindfulness, the greater our energy of mindfulness, our energy of awakening is. And so we can enjoy eating in the same way. I'll go over the logistic first before I share the practice of eating. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it will be silent from the beginning to the end, especially in the tent area. And for breakfast, we just serve ourselves and start eating in silence until when we finish washing our bowls and plates. It's the same thing with dinner. But for lunch, after 15 minutes, when the bell is invited for lunch, we will read the 5 contemplations. And now and then, there will be a sound of the bell for us to breathe, to help us to come back to the present moment. The same thing with dinner. The bells will be invited to help us to come back to the present moment. And eating is a really enjoyable, a delicious practice. And we will have 3 meals to enjoy. When we come into the serving table and serve our food, sit down with the food in front of us, we can look into the food to see where it comes from. It's like play, like child's play. Looking into the food and see where it comes from. It's quite interesting to look into the food and to see where it comes from. And to see that this food is becoming a part of us. Can you imagine? The sun that's in the food, the earth that is in the food is becoming a part of us. It's nourishing us, it's sustaining our life. We are the food we eat. And so we are the sun, we are the earth, we are the rain. And we can enjoy chewing each bite for about 30 times or more so that we can really savor the food. Maybe before you put the food in your mouth, take a moment to look at it so that we know exactly what we're putting in our mouth. And enjoy savoring it. Enjoy the texture of the food. Enjoy the feel of the food on our tongue. And chew it well. The secret of losing weight. Sorry, this is a small talk here. The secret of losing weight is to chew our food really well. Chew it until it becomes liquidy. Sometimes you say 30 times, but I found myself chewing more than 30 times. And when the food becomes really well chewed, it comes in and our digestion doesn't have to work so hard to absorb all the nutrients. And when it's well chewed, part of it's already digested in our saliva, that our body immediately absorbs all the nutrients, all the food. It feels nourished. We don't have to eat a lot, but feel nourished. Whereas if we don't chew it really well, it takes a long time to break down the food, and we may feel like we're not yet fed, we're not yet full. We need to eat more and more. So that's something I would like to share with you. So chew it really well, and when we eat, it's an opportunity for us to feel connected with everything there is in the whole cosmos. it's a very profound practice in our tradition. The teaching of interbeing, the teaching of interconnectedness is, they seem like they're really deep teaching, but they can be experienced in every moment of our daily life. And it's so, during eating meditation, it's so easy to really experience this deep insight, the insight of interbeing and interconnectedness, seeing how the food is becoming a part of us. We are a part of the cosmos. Just by simply noticing, being present with the food, and noticing how it's becoming a part of us. Okay, I'll share one more practice, and then Brother Phap Dung can continue. I mean, Sister Tue Nghiem can continue. And another practice that we do to really help us touch the seed of mindfulness in us is the practice of walking meditation. We walk a lot. We walk all the time, right? From one place to the next. And we like to take the opportunity of walking to cultivate the energy of awakening in us, the energy of mindfulness in us. And so once a day we will have walking together in a group. It's a very powerful experience to walk together in a group. But we also walk by ourselves throughout the day. And we like to take all these moments when we have to move from one place to the next to really come in touch with the present moment, coming in touch with the earth. So we can coordinate our steps with our breath. Maybe 2 steps, or 3 steps with an in-breath, 3 or 4 steps with an out-breath. Usually an out-breath it's a bit longer. And feel the sole of our feet touching the earth. Feel the earth underneath us. Every time we put our feet down on the earth, it's as if Mother Earth is raising herself up to receive our feet. Mother Earth is always there. She is very reliable most of the time. And she is the most stable thing there is on earth. And that when we put our feet down on earth, we can come in touch with her love, with her immense love, with her unconditional love, and with her solidity. We coordinate our breath, the steps, or we can use words or songs to help us in the practice of walking. Sometimes songs like I have arrived, I'm home. With every step, I have arrived. I'm arriving in the present moment. I'm arriving on Mother Earth in this very step. I'm home. This is where home is. Home is where I am present, mindful, peaceful. This is where home is. Home is not a physical space. Home is wherever we are really there, peaceful, mindful, happy. And so we can use these words to help us to dwell deeply in the present moment, because there's a tendency to fly away in our head in the 10 directions. And so we're doing everything possible with all these practices to help bring us down to Mother Earth, grounding us to Mother Earth so that we will not fly away in our thinking, in our thoughts. And so take our time to make this step. Really touch Mother Earth. You'll notice that in retreats like this, we always do things much slower than how we do it at home. And that's because we want to train ourselves. By being slow, we can really bring our awareness to it. We can really sense, feel every step that we make. Although mindfulness doesn't equate with slowness, but being slow really helps. It helps us to stop and to slow down our thinking. We have the tendency to rush and to run in our head. And so slowing down in our body really helps to slow down in our head as well, so that we can really feel, we can really see deeply. Slowing down can really help us to come in touch with the beauties and the wonders around us, but also to really come in touch with what's unfolding in the moment inside our body and inside our mind. It's a practice of coming home to ourselves. We've been running so much in ourselves, running away from ourselves, from our body and from our mind. It's difficult to be there, to all this discomfort that may be unfolding in ourselves, right? And we've been so good at doing things just to distract us from what's inside, what's unfolding, what wants to come up. We always feel like this nagging feeling inside ourselves, like something wants to come up, but we don't want to face it. It's just too scary. And also it can be really overwhelming. So we're really good at turning our attention elsewhere, except here, except ourselves, except this moment. And so this practice is coming home to ourselves in every steps that we make, in every breath that we take. It's coming home. Coming home so that we can see what's there. We can feel what's there, so that we can heal ourselves, so we can deal with what needs to be dealt. And it's coming home to ourselves that we can touch deep peace and deep happiness. So my sister will invite one sound of the bell first to help us to come home to ourselves. So come home to your breathing, come home to your body, come home to what's there in your mind, and simply smile. There's no need to beat ourselves down, or to judge ourselves for whatever that's unfolding in our body and in our mind. And with awareness, with mindfulness, we can really help our body and our mind to heal.
Dear Thay, dear friends, thank you, Brother Phap Dung, for sharing so beautifully. helping us, reminding some of the basic practices. And I think our purpose of being up here is just to remind those who are returning to the center, to the retreat, some of the practice, and those who are new to learn how to enjoy the retreat and some of the practices. I think as the week goes on, you hear more mentions of the practice, and you learn more about it. So don't worry. I think coming here just to be together already, you can feel the energy of happiness, of peace, sitting in a room like this together, quiet. How many of you know where the moon is tonight? Can you point to it? Yeah? Those who were here the other day, you cannot, you cheat. I'm kidding. The other night we celebrated full moon, and you can feel the earth. You know the earth is rotating like this. It's going this direction. Sitting here, feeling planet Earth, Mother Earth, rotating, and it's a miracle that we are alive for however many years we have. It is really a miracle to be alive. And you will return back to the earth, there's no doubt about it. So that fact right there makes you really enjoy this moment, right? Planet Earth is suffering a little bit, but it's also nourishing, healing itself, and it's there and it's wonderful. We are so busy in our lives that we don't have a chance to come in touch with Mother Earth, with nature, with the moon. We're so busy. So I share more about our habits. So this week I'm going to learn a lot about our habits. So these practices here, everything we do here at the retreat, is for you to come in touch with these things that you have. Eating, walking, working, sitting. You know, you sit and you can't sit still. You walk and you run. You eat and you rush. You know, these is normal, right? And so we're gonna explore what some of our habits that we have, thinking as well. So these things with the energy of mindfulness. And hopefully you'll have a moment, at least in these few days, come in, you're like, oh, that is a miracle. Whether you're new, whether you've done this for 20 years, you're going to have a moment. And that moment will be a miracle. And I hope you'll have more than one moment like that. And it is not to enjoy the wonders of the earth, but it's also to enjoy the wonders of the things that we carry with ourselves, including our suffering, our pain. And it's okay to be there, to take care of this sadness, loneliness, this judgment, whatever it is. Besides enjoying life, we can also, so it's okay, you don't have to be happy here. Just, to be yourself. And with the mindfulness, you can relax in the moment when you're mindful. Then you don't have judgment, commenting on what should I do, or am I doing it right, and these habits. So when we sit, we'll have opportunities to sit together in the morning. It's for us to stop, really sit still. We're so used to being active, being like, I have an active life, I have a social life, always on the move, right? My weekends are filled, and we're very proud of that. But to sit still is also a wonderful act. To really resist the push and the pull. So it's a very courageous act to sit still and enjoy the planet rotating. Breathing with the planet Earth. Nothing to do, and being okay with that. Your mind will jump and you're like, oh, am I doing this right? How long does this take? Or, oh, that was too quick. Is it over already? These, and you'll have moments. So when we sit, it's not to to become peaceful, to get enlightened. How many of you are here to have a goal to get enlightened? Just to check. Come on! No one? Oh, geez, the disintegration of Buddhism. Nobody wants to be enlightened anymore? They say we're on the down slope of the Buddhist practice. I was testing you, huh? Yes. So to sit and to be alive, to sit just to sit, not for anything. This is already a wonderful enlightenment. So there's no goals. There is a way of sitting. There is a posture. There is a training to sit and to train yourself to sit and be more still, be more calm. But to sit, simply to sit. And the breathing helps, my sister shared, being mindful of our breath, mindfulness of the breath. And the breathing uses the body, so naturally when you're mindful of the breath, you're aware of your body. So the basic of all the practices, all the activities we do is the breath. So when you sit, you can really, reduce or even turn off the senses, your eyes, your ears. Not necessarily turn it off, but like reduce its activity, kind of like settling it. First your body. You feel something twitchy, just recognize it before you scratch it. You feel some pain, relax. So it's a way of just getting used to your body being still. And you train this enough for your body to be still, then you begin to see the mind. It goes with that. It's a wonderful experience. If you feel settled, to feel really at home with the present moment. And there's different postures. Mainly, just sit in a way you feel comfortable and relaxed. Don't try to sit like a meditator. There is a way of sitting, so it feels more natural and you won't get aches, but get rid of the notion that you are a meditator, because I've seen it too much. People sit and they're meditating, and it's too much effort. So sit and relax. Main thing is your back is upright and your chest open. And if you're sitting on a cushion, there should be some contact, so it's stable. So it could be half lotus, full lotus, or different flowers, chrysanthemum, Thay would say. Just sit in a way where you feel, if you sit your knees too up, then it kind of curls you. So the reason why we train to sit in the cushion, especially the front half, is it throws your pelvis forward. And it makes your two knees contact. So you have 3 points of contact. Some of you sitting on benches, and that's wonderful too. So mainly the pelvis thrown forward, and then your spine curves like an S, and so your skeleton is upright. And in that way, you can relax your muscle. You don't need to hold anything up or do any. So as using as less muscle as you can while you sit. So that's posture, and that's and the attitude. Not trying to achieve any experience or have any, things that you've read in the books. You're just sitting and paying attention to your breath. When it's an in-breath and out-breath, you just call it that. And don't force your breath. Some of you might be new to it, and you might breathe. Some children, we tell them to breathe, and they breathe like that. If you breathe like that forcefully, then you'll get either pain here, or sometimes you get headache. So the attitude is you're aware of the breath. So you allow the breath to flow like the beach at the beach, the waves. You're just watching. So if it's a short breath, it's a short breath. If your nose is stuffy, it's stuffy. It's okay. You don't have to make any more effort to breathe in a long breath. And it will change. It will be a long, it will be a short, it will be a medium, it will be something. And so that's to train our concentration. Right? So stay with that. And your mind will wander, just come back. And it'll wander, and it'll make images, it'll make a movie, and then it'll come back. So this is the whole activity of sitting. And there will be some guided meditation as well. So the brother and sister will help us with a subject for us to reflect on, and help us guide us to enjoy the sitting. Another activity we'll be doing together is working. And I always enjoy retreats with working meditation. Sometimes we have retreats at the universities or practice centers, and we don't get to do work. So here we're very lucky for some of us, because working we get to enjoy an activity, whether it's dishwashing or cleaning toilets, doing meditation hall, or even gardening. In Plum Village, in the summer we have dry composting toilet, and you get to pull out poop and stuff, and it's great. You're lucky you don't have that here, but I learned from the retreats that are in Plum Village that actually more insight happens during working meditation than it does in here. So I'll let you know ahead, so you can really put some mindfulness into there. Okay, so the activity, whatever you're doing, sweeping, be present to it. So the object of the mindfulness, like when you're sitting, the breath and the posture, your body is the object of our mind. We are mindful of our breathing, of our sitting. When we do an activity, working, then the action of the work becomes the object of our meditation, of our mindfulness. So when you sweep, you sweep. When you wash the pots, you wash the pot, and you put 100% of your mind into that effort. This is ideally what happens, and you'll find out wonderful things, and your mind will wander, and a lot of wonderful habits will come out, because we've been trained by our education and our society to work in a certain way, and our parents have habits that are in us. So watch that, especially doing the right thing and my way and your way and so on. Those things, watch that, because it's wonderful. And enjoy it when it comes up, and take a breath. And the energy to get things done and to do it intensely, kind of like strenuous striving, and your muscles are working too hard, relax. So try to find an ease into it. Work, find a rhythm. If you're pot washing, find a rhythm. So bring the enjoyment to the working. So it's a training to work, retraining to work, like My sisters share some of the other retraining to eat, retraining to walk, to sit. So there's a kind of habitual, or there's a kind of promotion of a way of working, especially in this country here. So we need to re-look at that, because it's caused a lot of sickness, the stress level and so on. So to enjoy, and working together. And so this is another aspect of retreats. We've come together, maybe 400 or so bodies here. And we learn to be mindful of each other. So we're not working in isolation, concentrated, not aware of others. But it's a way of retraining to be with other people. And this requires some attention, some mindfulness, some consideration as well. And so with that, it becomes very practical when you come home. If you train and be aware and mindful of, like, togetherness is a practice, then you can bring it home. Like when you move into a room and people, you have to feel the energy before you kind of do what you know. Is that we have a tendency just to do our thing, and we don't care what others are doing, or we have an agenda. So whatever task you're doing, train to be more considerate of other bodies, where they're at, what's going on, pick out the rhythm. This is when I lived in the monastery, is a training for me. Because when you're in the office, you do your box and you got your task, and I don't care. But here, we need, and it's a kind of suffering. If we just then you push others away, and when they come into your envelope, then you suffer, or you go into the envelope. So the training to be mindful of the other, of the others, the group, the family, the community is also a practice. So please pay some attention to that. And some of us will have habit energies, and please, just give some space to that. Maybe there's some change, so don't get too, be mindful of that. Some of us are coming with ancestors. They're with us. And some of us, we have a whole lineage of, so maybe, so be considerate, be mindful, and watch us, how we react to each other. So that's working. It's just wonderful to be here. We've come from all over the place. I know this will be a wonderful retreat already. This is our first along the tour. And the sister, brother here, shared. This tour is called the Miracle of Mindfulness. And that some of you, our teacher wrote a book called The Miracle of Mindfulness. In Vietnamese, it's like the Miracle of Awakening, tỉnh thức. Yeah. And this is a tour, is kind of celebration of our teacher bringing that book alive into all over the world. So this is the beginning of our tour, and it's wonderful to start here in the East Coast. I think we need to really look at our situation. So our time here, we have places for us to share Dharma, in Dharma discussion in our sharing circle. We'll have time to speak. The other time, try to find some more silence, to be with yourself, be with your walking, be with your breath, and just more look in what's going on, the feelings that are coming up, the emotions. So we're so used to being in interaction, always discussing, always having a conversation, and it's a kind of a busyness. We don't want to come back and look within. So pay attention to that, especially around the tea table. It's fine. It's nice to see friends and to converse and share and touch base and to visit. Yeah, but it's also nice to be with your breath and more look inwards or be more familiar with that space of not having chatter. And this is already what we do outside of the retreat. So here, come in touch with that. Be more familiar with what it is to be silent, to be clear, to be, not thinking and commenting. So this is, I invite you to find some time for that. We're so, our culture now, and more so, is becoming so bombarded with interactions and information, and we are always doing things, right? Acting, and we're not used to just, it's a waste of time, right? But I think more and more you'll see that that's very linked to our happiness when we're able to sit there and just take care of ourselves and be with ourselves and be okay with just sitting there and not feeling that you have to do something. And for those who are new, there's nothing you have to do here. I mean, other people look like they're practicing, they might not be practicing. They're going through what you're going, so just the judgment mind, please turn it off. Everybody is fine. I know that happened to me. Like, what should I do? My first retreats, should I be somewhere or what should I? And so turning off the thinking is another activity. And so I invite you to find some time for that, besides the formal time. As you walk out, as you think less. When you walk, even if it's not walking meditation time, you go put on your shoe, you go to your room, to your tent, try to walk and not think, and not to have a conversation. Walk and walk without having like flies, I call it, in the head, buzzing and bzzz, in the evening especially, I don't know when it starts, but probably the last activity, we'll leave the hall and go into noble silence. And that's an intention of noble silence, is to stop the talking in the head, besides the mouth. So we have time to be with the breath, with our body, and be with the earth. It slowly settle in as the earth and the animals and the trees are. And that will last till tomorrow, in the next morning, I believe after washing dishes, after breakfast. So that's an invitation for everyone to speak less, think less, but celebrate. You see your friend, celebrate. Like don't, kind of ignore them. Do enough for that, but also give yourself some time to be clear of thinking. When you wake up, we also need to retrain. In the morning, you give yourself a little bit more time and take your time when you wake up. It's kind of, just try to imagine someone rushing out of the bed and through the restroom and running to come here to sit on this cushion. Okay, now I'm meditating. Okay, that's not our style. That's not what we encourage. So everything here, the retreat, it looks ordinary and there's nothing special. And we de-emphasize this activity in here, kind of meditating like a statue. But we emphasize more what is happening out there, because they're the most useful. They're the things that you will bring home. So, Thay, recently I discovered a calligraphy in Germany that Thay wrote. Stop running around. You look silly. Can you believe that? I have it. It's in. I didn't buy one. I kind of snuck one out. It's amazing. I don't know. I heard he wrote that in Hong Kong. Yeah. But isn't that bring a smile to your face? So just remember that. If you're running around, you probably look silly. And running around in your head as well. So please, when you wake up, really give yourself time. Let's wake up like a human being, not like some rat in a cage, huh? You know. So this retrain ourselves to be kind to ourselves, to really be human, and to enjoy being this in this form for this lifetime. So don't let it go two ways. Wake up, slowly get out of bed, brush your teeth like a human being, and not like some machine. You don't need to rush to get here. If you're late, it's okay. I mean, just go sit somewhere else. I think, I believe that's the policy. But come here just a little bit, a few minutes before. So mainly give yourself more time if you find you're rushing. Okay? I think that's, other than that, I think we'll continue to learn more. And thank you for coming to be with us and be with each other.
Well, we'll hear the bells first. Breathe with the bells, and I believe the organizers have something to announce, right? No announcement? Okay. All right, so we'll listen to 3 sounds of the bell first to breathe, and then can unfold our legs and massage our legs while the sister is making the announcement.